Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the Gamer Guild podcast, your one-stop shop for all things in the wide world of video games. I'm your co-host, Cody Robertson.
And I'm your co-host, Noah Bowers. This week, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is here. Plus, we'll catch you up on all the big gaming news that's happened since we've been gone. And it has been a while.
It has. It sure has. That's right. We'll cover all this and more right here on the Gamer Guild podcast. But first, please welcome this week's guest, a member of Augusta University's varsity Valorant team, Faid Elias, a.k.a. Takt.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's going on, Takt? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Awesome. Good to have you, man.
Yeah.
So, Takt, how's it going? Good to have you. The first question we like to ask every guest here on the Gamer Guild podcast is, what is your favorite video game and why? And don't feel pressured to say Valorant. You don't have to.
Nah, it's not Valorant. It's not Valorant.
You know, that's a common theme with a lot of our esports players.
It's either one or the other. It's like, oh, I hate it. Or, you know.
I'd say probably... Dang, that's a pretty hard question. I'm not gonna lie. To think about it. Off the top of my head, I probably have to say No Man's Sky.
Wow.
That's a really niche pull. I'm not gonna lie.
Love that.
Dude, it's good choice for us, for sure. We've talked about No Man's Sky a lot here.
All the time.
Yeah.
Before it released, that was like really big. Like I saw in like one of those like gamer kind of like encyclopedia books or whatever that you get from the bookstore library or whatever. And I remember seeing it, I was like, whoa, this concept looks like crazy. And I was just following it through its development. I got it when it released and like all the updates and stuff like that. It was crazy. So definitely up there for me.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal success story in terms of development because it overpromised, severely underdelivered, and then, you know, rose out of the ashes. And it's a great game. I love that one.
Yeah.
You gonna play Light No Fire?
I'll look into it, but I don't know if I'm gonna like go out of my way to play it.
I think we're all a little wary of pre-releases now.
I mean, like I like Hello Games now because, you know, they eventually picked up their slack.
Yeah, Sean Murray's still a good guy.
Yeah, I'll wait a little bit on Light No Fire.
Wait and see. Wait and see. Why not?
Yeah,
they just dropped a new update, I think, for No Man's Sky, their latest expedition.
Yeah, exactly.
Which that was a really cool, like, extra game mode that they added. I think last year, the expedition. So it's not just like the free roam or the like shared galaxy. It's like a shared campaign or mission that they do like seasonally, and you get limited time rewards and stuff like that for it. So yeah, great game, great pick, No Man's Sky. That's such a good like chill game too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you want to decompress, just like go out and explore, like Minecraft.
It's very Minecrafty in space. You know?
Yeah,
pretty nice. Are you still playing it?
I haven't played it in a little while since like I only have it on console and I don't have my console with me in Augusta, so I haven't played it in a bit. But when I go home, I usually boot it up a little bit.
Nice,
awesome.
You play on a PS4?
Yeah, I play on PS4.
Nice, that's what I had.
Still no upgrade.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, that's all you need. You know, it's good stuff. It's not a very demanding game.
Yeah, it's not.
But yeah, dude, No Man's Sky, awesome pick. Awesome. All right, let's get into some of the new releases. We're going to cover all the new releases. Not all the new releases. Let me back up. All there's a lot. Yeah, sorry. All the big new releases that we feel like talking about that have come out over the past month because we basically missed a month. I'll explain that later. But yeah, here we go. Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom came out Thursday, September 26th on Nintendo Switch. $60 video game developed, of course, by Nintendo. This is the spin-off starring Zelda. You actually get to play as Princess Zelda. This is the second game where you get to play as Princess Zelda. Everyone that says it's the first, it's not right. This is the second game where you play as Princess.
Phantom Hourglass, right?
No, there was a Philips CDI game where you can play Zelda.
What does that even mean? I don't know what that is.
Okay. So there was a series of really bad Zelda games on the Philips CDI, which was this like computer system that had really bad licensed video games on it and stuff. And it had like voice acting and like weird, like, yeah, there it is. There's like Wand of Gamelon and like something of wisdom.
The Faces of Evil.
Faces of Evil. Wand of Gamelon's one of them.
Zelda, the Wand of Gamelon.
There you go. That's where you play as Zelda.
I have never heard of this.
I've never heard of this game.
Oh, dude, give that a look. Man, that's a weird moment in gaming history.
All three are non-canon to the Zelda franchise.
Yeah, they are. They're but everybody forgets about them. I just want to bring it up because you do play as Zelda in that game, but it's not good. So this is the first good canon game that you play as Zelda, so that's pretty cool. The gameplay looks a little bit Tears of the Kingdom-y in the sense that you have this one ability where you can copy stuff in the world, and so you don't actually fight. You like create a creature or something like that to fight. So she's, kind of doing that kind of thing, like a necromancer type situation almost. It's pretty cool.
Wholesome? Question mark?
But yeah, it's a cartoon, so it's fine. Yeah. It's got an 86 on Metacritic, reviewing really, really well.
Nice.
I like these kinds of Zelda games. I'm kind of hearing it's more of a puzzly, more of maybe a younger demographic type Zelda game. I'm a big fan of Link's Awakening. That was the first Zelda game I ever played in '93, so I really, really like it. I really like that style, the top-down Zelda games a lot. So I might check this out. Like I said, 86 on Metacritic, so reviewing really well. What do you guys think? You guys, Takt, are you into Zelda games?
Not really. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really owned a Nintendo console before, so
well, there's your problem.
Ever? You never had a Nintendo?
Literally never.
No Wii or anything like that.
I'm a PlayStation fanboy for life, man.
Kickstarter's going up today.
I knew I liked
That's all I do.
Kickstarter's going up today to get Takt a Nintendo system of some kind. It doesn't matter what.
Yeah, no. For this one, I'll probably pass on this one.
Okay.
I played Breath of the Wild. And I didn't try what's it called, Tears of the Kingdom. I was kind of burnt out on that style of Zelda game where it's like super open world and
okay. It's not a traditional Zelda game.
It's not traditional. It's still well done, and I get why it's got like mass appeal and everything like that. So I'm not discrediting it, but I'm kind of burnt out on that Zelda game. And this one's more of like a spin-off. Yeah. So I'm kind of just waiting for the next main title before I jump back into it. But I do love the Zelda franchise. Yeah. I do think it's really cool that they have you play as Zelda. I think that's cool. I think in maybe the next main title, they should experiment with some like new playable characters. At least not for like the whole game. But like, you switch between like maybe like Sheikah or
I was about to say Sheik.
Like really they have cool abilities and different stuff like that. So yeah, just play around with it because we all love Link. We've played as Link before though.
It's been a long time.
Like a lot.
There he is right there. Bada boom.
Experiment with it, But Nintendo's good at, trying stuff out. Yeah. I think this is one of their little experiment type games where they're trying out some new stuff and seeing how it works and just having a good time with it. But no, I'll probably pass on it.
Okay. I am a huge Zelda fan. I have a Link tattoo on my arm, Ocarina of Time Kid Link, if you're wondering. I was kind of cool. I was telling you, Takt, earlier, I was a little cool on Breath of the Wild, but I'm playing through Tears of the Kingdom and I love it. Like, my goodness. It addressed every problem I had with Breath of the Wild and like improved upon it in, I think, every single way. My advice to you, if you love Zelda and you do feel like Noah feels, if you're a little burnt out on Breath of the Wild, maybe try Tears of the Kingdom because it really does the big complaint's the weapon durability in Breath of the Wild, right? They completely address it in Tears of the Kingdom. They make it to where it's not that much of an issue anymore. Another thing I didn't like about Breath of the Wild was I felt it was a little dead in spots, not super lively. Tears of the Kingdom, much more lively, much more populated. So just, I don't know. Breath of the Wild for me was a 4 out of 5, whereas for most people it was a 5 out of 5. Tears of the Kingdom is a 5 to me. So there's my 2 cents on it. Yeah. It is in the running for my favorite Zelda game. My favorite right now is Ocarina of Time because I spent a lot of money to get it tattooed on my body. And so if I say it otherwise, it's a bad investment.
You gotta get a refund on that one.
I got to say it no matter what now. But, Tears of the Kingdom, dude, right up there with Ocarina of Time, I think.
Wind Waker's there for me.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's
up there.
Played it on the GameCube too.
Nice. I did both. I did GameCube and Wii U. Yeah.
I never had the little attachment that you could get on the GameCube for what's his name? Tinkle? Or you know what I'm talking
Tingle,
about?
Yeah.
Tingle, yes. There's like, what was it? It's like a separate accessory that you could add to the game.
Did you just put a Tingle on your GameCube, dude? Like what are you talking about? No,
I'll look it up.
I don't want to see your Tingle, dude. No, I know. I don't think. Yeah, Tingle's a character, but do you remember? Yeah, there.
Oh,
do you remember
supposed to be an accessory for that?
Yeah, there was like a whole like GameCube accessory for it to like add on to the game. I forgot what it was.
Weird. What was like the purpose? Like, what would it actually do?
I don't remember.
It was just for
Tingle's
fun.
Weird,
Tingle Tuner.
There you go. Tingle Tuner.
It adds it acts as like an extra map. So it lets you see like the dungeon map while you're playing in the dungeon. Whoa. So it was basically like what they were trying to do with like the Wii U before.
Yeah.
They had that type of technology.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Little precursor. And also Tingle's Rupee, what is it? Tingle's Rosy Rupee Wonderland, I think is a game that exists out there if you want to look it up. So there you go. Tingle actually has his own game.
Wow.
The Legend of Zelda, diversifying their characters.
Yeah, that's right. Constantly innovating.
Nice. All right, let's get off of Legends of Zelda before we get too weird. All right, another fandom game came out recently. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero came out Friday, October 11th, PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. $70 video game that is from Spike Chunsoft Studios, the original creators of the Budokai Tenkaichi series. Oh man, the millennial in me is screaming. Dude, oh my goodness, I love this kind of game. I haven't played this yet, but I'm really excited to try it out. Takt, I know you played this a little bit.
I've played it.
Yeah, what do you think?
Really? It's really good. I really do like it. It really does feel like old Budokai Tenkaichi. Like, it's just bringing back all those feelings. There are a couple issues here and there.
Yeah.
But overall, it's like, I can overlook them. You know, it's all good at the end of the day. As long as I can play as Goku, every single version of Goku, then I can overlook it. Which version
do you play as?
The version I play as the most would probably be, I think, Goku and like of Namek. Of the Namek saga. So yeah,
nice.
I just like going Super Saiyan, man.
Dude, I have a soft spot for my SS3 Goku. I don't know why.
That's fair.
I like that long hair. That's it.
That's fair. Yeah. It looks so cool.
It does look cool. And like back in the day, I was like, long hair? What are they gonna think of next? Red hair? Like, and then they did that. Like, oh whoa!
It's like, you're actually not gonna believe what happens.
Buddy, you're not gonna believe this. Next up, we got blue hair. We're hitting all the primary colors. Dude, so ridiculous. I really like playing as in the old. I haven't played Sparking Zero yet, but I really liked playing as Frieza, and I really liked playing as Cell.
Cell's really good in this game. He's also one of the characters I play a lot. So.
Awesome, and I like Krillin just because Krillin's awesome in every way.
He's just stand-up guy.
Goat. Yeah, he's just the goat. How can you hate Krillin? You can't, obviously. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. It's the continuation of the Budokai Tenkaichi series. So it's kind of Budokai Tenkaichi 4, if you will. It's got an 83 on Metacritic, so pretty good. I'm hearing some balance issues on the matchmaking on like online stuff, which is kind of typical especially for a fighting game that just came out. Have you played online at all?
Yeah, I played online a lot, but honestly, like the balancing is just kind of like, if I'm playing Krillin and my opponent's playing Vegeta, there's no way I should there's no way I should be winning this. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, because I'm the GOAT, I win those.
right.
But like
for most people though,
like the balancing is not really like something that I keep in mind a lot because it's supposed to be like Whis isn't gonna lose to Yamcha. But one of the main issues is just like people leaving games, but that's really just something completely different. So
that's
a
online
big
community, unfortunately.
Rage quitting's a big Yeah. Well, looks pretty cool. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero came out Friday, October 11th, PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC for $70 if you're into that. I will probably check it out. Hopefully at some point. I might wait for a sale.
That's fair.
I haven't seen the sales numbers of the game. If the sales numbers are a little stagnant, they'll usually put it on sale a couple months later. And it just came out this month still, so I think I'll wait a couple months and see if we get a little discount. But that's Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Check it out if you're into that. All right, next one, Metaphor ReFantazio. This made big headlines when it came out. I heard about
this one, yeah.
Yeah, so this came out also Friday, October 11th on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. This is by Studio Zero, which is a studio that was newly formed by Persona devs. So devs that worked on the Persona series from Atlas Games. So this is pretty much, if you know like Persona games, you know what to expect here. It's basically like an Atlas RPG. It's kind of that formula, but it's like a fantasy medieval setting kind of thing. So it's a little different than like Persona, where it's a modern day kind of high school thing. So a little more like serious, maybe a little more dark.
A little more mature.
More mature. It has a 93 on Metacritic.
My God.
It is reviewing crazy high right now. I have not played this. It's a full price $70 video game. I haven't played it yet, but I really do I like my turn-based RPGs a lot.
I know you do.
I like my classic Final Fantasies. I've never played a Persona game, but I did play one Atlas RPG called The Caligula Effect. That was pretty cool. It was a little interesting. It was kind of had like free movement and like an ATB system in it that was a little interesting. But it was like kind of mid game. But Atlas kind of does that. Well, they'll like release an RPG that like looks exactly like Persona, but they'll like try something a little different with it, than the other games. So this time it worked really well. It looks like with Metaphor ReFantazio. Are either of you guys into Atlas games at all, like into Persona or anything like that?
I haven't really. Like you, I haven't played any Persona games like actually on my own, but I have watched like a lot of Persona 5 content and stuff like that. So I've been watching a lot of Metaphor ReFantazio stuff as well.
Nice.
Looks really, really good.
Yeah, I mean the art on it looks amazing. Yeah. That Atlas art is just really, really nice all the time.
It's every time.
Yeah.
The music's so good.
It's nice. Noah, any thoughts?
So I did see gameplay of it when it came out because I think it was actually Josh in the Discord. He was playing and he was like, this is going to be game of the year. And I was like, what? I got to check this out. And, it does look pretty good. I've never played a style of RPG like this before. So I'm a little wary on maybe diving into it and, seeing if I enjoy it. But I'm so happy that it's like getting this much success because you can definitely tell like with the artwork and the music, like you said, a lot of time and effort and like passionate art has been put into a game like that. And so it's really cool to see it succeed. But I'm not sure if I'll try it out. Maybe I'll wait for that one to go on sale.
Yeah, maybe so.
I do love RPGs. It's just I haven't tried that style yet.
Hey, if you've never played like that kind of RPG, it's pretty different. So it can be a little intimidating, I think. And I think that's a big reason why I haven't gotten into Persona. Also, it's like the One Piece of RPGs. It's just so freaking long. Like Persona 5 is like 100 hours. I think.
There's so much in it.
Yeah, it's like crazy long. I think like to beat the story is like 70 or 80. Something crazy. So yeah, it's just like, okay.
That's commitment.
Maybe I'll wait for the abridged version. That kind of thing. Yeah. So
I just get like the director's cut highlights.
I'll get Metaphor ReFantazio Kai when it comes out, and then I'll watch it. All right. Well, that's Metaphor ReFantazio. Looks pretty cool. Maybe we'll check it out if it goes on sale. It seems to be the theme. All right. Next one up, guys. It's here. Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Man.
Came out Friday, October 25th. PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. Made by Treyarch and Raven this time. What's the other developer that makes Modern Warfare? I can't remember.
Infinity War, yes.
Thank you.
So there's also Sledgehammer.
Yeah, also Sledgehammer. They have a lot of support studios.
High Moon is another one.
Yep, there you go. It's got an 84 on Metacritic, so it's actually reviewing really well, especially for a Call of Duty game where, and when I say 84 on Metacritic, this is usually they're reviewing the campaign. So grain of salt on that. So yeah, I played the campaign a little, or I actually just finished it last night.
Oh.
It was good. Yeah, I was surprised at how good it was. And
now,
I'll tell you,
when you say good, do you mean like gameplay was fun, or do you mean like the writing of the story?
The missions are fun, and the level design is fun.
Nice.
Like, I like the gameplay loop of Call of Duty. I think it's fun. Yes. Yeah. Same thing with like Destiny, because I like Halo and like that kind of sci-fi thing. So yeah, I already knew I was gonna like the gameplay loop. Like if you give me a Call of Duty, I'm like, yeah, I'll like something about it because I like I like that gameplay.
I'm easy to please.
Yeah,
I got in my hand.
Yeah, I'll find something to enjoy for sure because I like how it feels. But yeah, the level design's very good, I think. There's like puzzling in it and stuff. And you gotta like kind of like think a little bit about, there's like different enemy types. It's like pretty cool.
Yeah. COD game?
Yes, I know. I was so surprised. Yeah, I was so surprised.
Evolving?
Yeah. And I'll tell you, the reason I was so surprised is because like I grew up on Call of Duty, right? I played the OG 2003 Call of Duty on the PC. And it was the first time I ever encountered what's called a monster closet. And a monster closet, if you're unfamiliar, is in a shooter game where it's kind of a glitch where it's an infinite like respawn of enemies. And so there's a certain room that's a monster closet and just has endless enemies coming out unless you move forward and hit a certain point. And you know what I mean? So I remember playing Call of Duty and just like hitting a monster closet and being like, well, you know what? This is pretty fun. And just like stay there for a while. And just like
locked in a trance.
Like, we got to get them all, man. We got to get them all. Yeah. But yeah.
Reloading.
Yeah. Dude, and I remember I remember Call of Duty being unique because it had the names of your allies above like their models, which was different. Like the other big company in the day was Medal of Honor.
Oh yeah.
So it was basically like Medal of Honor, and then Call of Duty came out. And so yeah, it had people's names on it, made it a little more personable. And I found a Private Robertson, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna stick with you, bro. And so I was like, we were running around, and I made up this whole lore in my head about me and Private Robertson. It's me and you, bro. And we were like hiding, and and like there's a machine gun up there. I was like, all right, we got this. And I look, and he's dead. I was like, no. Dude.
First sign of trauma.
Yeah, dude. So that was like my intro to Call of Duty. So I've been playing it ever since then. And then I kind of fell off after Modern Warfare 3, the OG Modern Warfare 3, in like 2011, I think it was. And then came back. My buddy from high school, and I've never forgiven him for this, convinced me to get Vanguard. Yeah. Ooh, shout out to Dave for doing that to me. So convinced me to get Vanguard, and then we played it for like a month and then stopped because it wasn't very good. And then he did the exact same thing with Modern Warfare 3, like the Modern Warfare 3 from last year. So I was like, dude, I don't want to do this again, Dave. I don't want to buy Black Ops 6. But then it came out on Game Pass, Noah.
It did.
And that was the game changer for me. So I was like, okay, I'll try it out. It's low stakes. Like, at least I'm not spending $70.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm glad I did. I might have bought this game if I,
Whoa.
Like, the campaign's good. I have not played the multiplayer yet. I know you've played the multiplayer. We'll get into in a minute.
I have.
I haven't played the zombies yet either.
Seasoned veteran in the multiplayer.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So, Takt, have you tried this at all? Have you dove into Black Ops 6? Are you a Call of Duty person at all?
Yeah, I'm a Call of Duty person.
Nice.
I liked Modern Warfare 2019 a lot. That was like the Call of Duty that I played the most often recently. So I haven't tried Black Ops 6 at all, but I've heard really good things about it. And maybe I'll tap into Game Pass, for a little bit and start playing it myself.
Good stuff.
That's what I would recommend for people that are wary on it. I also just don't think Activision deserves $70 for this game. Sorry. They're just it's the same game somewhat. So yeah, Game Pass, get it for like a month. Try it out if you want it. You keep buying Game Pass because that's probably it'll take 7 months for you of Game Pass for you to hit the same that would be to just buy Call of Duty by itself. So,
and you got a bunch of other games on it.
Yeah,
exactly. So I'd recommend just getting Game Pass unless you really just want Call of Duty. Just go ahead and buy it. I have played the multiplayer. I think I have about 12 hours in the multiplayer right now.
Are you on PC?
I'm on PC, but I play with controller.
Are you on the Xbox servers, or do you know?
It's crossplay.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's Activision servers.
So I play with PC and controllers in all the lobbies. It kind of gives you a little icon next to them. And I am a big Call of Duty guy. I stopped playing Call of Duty probably in Modern Warfare 2019. I think that was the last one I played that I purchased. And I was like, this is garbage. I was like, there's no way they're selling this to me. Also, the fact that they're just calling it Modern Warfare again, I'm like, oh man, we're really running out of ideas. This one, if you guys ever played Black Ops Cold War, it's just a direct sequel to that. So a lot of people don't realize that. But Black Ops Cold War was supposed to be Black Ops 5, but they just called it something different because they didn't want to like rename it Black Ops 5. But then people didn't really like that it was called Cold War. So they went back to Black Ops 6 for this one.
Nice.
Gunplay is very similar to that one. The creative class is very similar to that one. I'm loving the multiplayer. The only thing I don't like, I think the guns are great. The creative class system is great. The perks are a lot of fun. They have like specialty perks now. So if you use 3 of the same style of perk and they're like color coded. So like if you use all blue or all green or all red, you get like a specialty perk that gives you like superpowers basically.
Whoa.
Which are really fun. So it kind of rewards like a specific play style. If you want to be like a recon or you just want to like go for kills or you want to get score streaks, you can kind of like game plan your classes around that.
That's an interesting way to do that.
Yeah. Wow. It also can maybe depend on like what game mode you're doing. If you're doing search and destroy, you might want to have recon because you need more information. But if you're in team deathmatch, you might want the just go straight for kills. I think it's called Enforcer. I forgot though, but yeah, I really like the way they did that one. And they brought Gunsmith back instead of like the just pick 3 attachments. By default, it's 5 on a gun, so that is a lot. But then you can get the Gunfighter perk and add 8 attachments to a gun. So it gets a little convoluted still, but that's just going to be a byproduct of Warzone. Ever since that got popular, we're never going to go back to the old pick 10 system. It's just too vanilla for the audience now. But the multiplayer is really fun. Score streaks are back instead of kill streaks. Nice. Love that. The only thing I don't like is the maps right now. The maps on release are not the best. Some of them are good, balanced, have good lanes, but then some of them are just not designed very well, I think.
But Nuketown's coming, bro.
It's coming Friday.
Dude,
so
I love this
that.
I love this attitude that Activision has about Nuketown, that Nuketown is just gonna save everything,
Always saves every game. Man.
Dude, here's a hot take.
Wait for it.
Nuketown is mid. You might as well play on Shipment, bro. Okay. And you know what? Shipment's more fun. So
yeah, but this is a Treyarch game, so we can't do Shipment. That's True. Infinity War map.
I know.
So
well, I'm just saying.
Nuketown's coming back. I agree. Shipment's pretty fun. But yeah, they need DLC maps. Badly, because not only do I not like these maps for like the casual modes, but the Call of Duty League is going to be starting in December. None of these maps I think are fit for competitive at all. I mean, the verticality is insane. The rotations are completely in disarray. So far the spawns have worked relatively well. I haven't noticed any.
I've seen the opposite actually.
Really?
Yeah.
In my gameplay, I've the spawns have been predictable, and I've been able to adjust to it pretty well. But maybe I'm only playing certain game modes, so that might be why. But because I remember in the Modern Warfare series, 2019, 2 and 3, they use squad spawns instead of like spawn points.
Yeah.
So you just spawn wherever your team is like clustered around, rather than it being like related to the objectives on the map. And that was atrocious. I can't believe they even tried that. But so now it's back to like objective-based spawning. And I think it's fun. So definitely recommend trying out multiplayer. I haven't tried zombies yet, but they do have a full-fledged zombies campaign with maps and Easter eggs. And
I haven't tried it either. Let's play it tonight.
You want to play it tonight?
Yeah,
I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm totally down. A little Halloween zombies action.
There you go.
Hey.
Nice. Look at us. Look at us. It is Halloween. Oh my God.
It is Halloween. Happy Halloween, Gamer Guild.
It's so spooky. I forgot.
Yes. Yeah, we should definitely try that because I haven't tried it. But it's going to be fun. I definitely think this is probably the most successful Call of Duty that's released in the last maybe 4 years.
They've mentioned that it's the biggest Call of Duty release.
Oh, really? Just like numbers wise as well? Okay, didn't realize that. But
I think I didn't see a preface for it, so I think ever. Biggest Call of Duty release so far ever.
That's crazy. But it makes sense. They've kind of gone back to as much of the old ways as they can, and they've added enough new stuff that's polished that I like.
Yeah.
Especially, I forgot to mention, the big thing that they were like hyping up is the Omni movement.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I've been using the Omni movement. It's decent. It doesn't really punish you that much, like when it comes to like your aim and stuff like that. And certain guns are a lot easier to use with the Omni movement. But the animations are fluid. You can get real creative with it, moving around the map or, dodging nades and stuff like that. The animations all work really well. You can tell a lot of the map design has been influenced by that, which I think is some of my critiques against it as well. Because I'm like, we don't need like 3 levels of access and swimming. Like, we don't need all that. It's a little much. But they're trying to, hype up like, oh, look at all the stuff you can do with your character model now. And I'm like, that's great. But like,
I feel like Bops has always been that way. It's been the more like acrobatic of the series, kind of.
Yeah. Well, sometimes. I mean, Black Ops 3 was pretty. You're right. It was still in the future mode, but like Infinity Ward had Infinite Warfare. Sledgehammer they started like the advanced movement area with Advanced Warfare with the exosuits, which is underrated, by the way. That movement system was so good. That game though, not the best, but the movement system was really well done. So yeah, this is basically advanced movement, like with jetpacks and stuff, except it's just on the ground. But you're able to strafe in any direction, sprint in any direction, dive in any direction. It's just like the exosuits, except you're not in the air. It's just limited to the ground.
I love it. I really like it.
It's well done.
Really fun.
Highly recommend it. Little bit of a learning curve, but a lot of the guns so far seem relatively balanced. I'm sure they're going to be adding DLC weapons with Warzone and zombies and stuff like that.
The first time you go prone is going to be weird.
It is. It is. And if you're sprinting, it's like now they fixed something from the beta, which I'm very happy about. It was like in the kill cam initially, like when you died, your camera would do like a fisheye lens animation and like zoom all the way out of your body, like a near-death experience. And you're like, oh my, I'm about to vomit. That was horrific. They got rid of that, thankfully. So now it's just like, it just centers on your body dying like normal CODs, and then it goes into a kill cam. But I remember playing that in the beta. I'm like, what? What are they doing? I didn't know if that was intended or if that was like it trying to follow your player's movement. But then now it's like switching to like a spectator cam, and it was like not finishing the transition. But whatever it was, they smoothed that out. There's still some bugs that I've experienced just because there's so many different animations that you can do at the same time. Sometimes they get bugged together, like reloading and mantling and stuff like that. But I think all of that will be smoothed out. So
that's pretty typical.
I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Honestly, it's really fun.
Good.
I'll probably be playing it for a while, and I do have it on Game Pass, so I didn't have to necessarily pay for it. So that's also nice.
Good stuff. Yeah, Takt, you gonna check it out? Hopefully,
yeah, I think I will probably check it out eventually. I mean, all this great stuff that we've been hearing about.
I mean, this is what I would recommend.
It's a little bit more of a tough sell for PlayStation people though, because you have to pay the full price. So it's just like,
or PC. If you have PC, you can get Game Pass.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you, Noah. I'm excited. I haven't tried multiplayer yet, but I'm excited to try it out. Excited to try zombies later on. But yeah, Call of Duty might be back, you guys. Boy, oh boy, it never really went anywhere, but
yeah, it's still the biggest release every year.
Yeah, true. But for the seasoned, cultured gamers, it's back. Now it's a good video game.
I do say, Cody.
8 out of 10, you should. Editor's choice. Anyway, that's Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Came out Friday, October 25th. PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. You can get it on Game Pass. The PC core price is $12 a month. The Ultimate is $20 a month. And I don't really know all the benefits for Ultimate. I think you get like EA Play out of it, which is actually pretty good.
I think you get that on PC too. I get EA
No,
Play.
you don't get it on
anymore?
PC. No, you have to get it separately.
Yeah, used to be.
Yeah, and then Core on the console is $10 a month. So there you go. Check that out. But if you're on PS5, you have to pay $70. Sorry. Yep. So that's Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I'm definitely going to be playing this a little bit more, I think, in the future.
Zombies tonight.
Yeah. Speaking of zombies tonight and things that are going on tonight, Dragon Age The Veilguard came out today on Halloween.
I forgot about this.
Yep. On PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC from BioWare. Finally. And guess what, Noah? I'm happy to report it has an 84 on Metacritic.
That's
so
pretty good.
finally, BioWare has another hit, guys. Oh my goodness. We were talking about this earlier, you and me, Takt. Noah, the last thing that BioWare released, do you remember what it is?
Last thing BioWare, was it Mass Effect Andromeda?
That's close. It was Anthem. But
was it really?
Yep,
Yeah.
but right before that was Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, to be fair, they did release like Mass Effect Legendary Edition in between that time. That's not, it's not a full game.
Doesn't count.
Or it's a remaster, so whatever. But so finally, BioWare has a big hit, it looks like. It came out today, but the reviews are already in on Metacritic. It's got an 84. Yeah, looks pretty cool. I'm not super well versed in BioWare stuff. I just recently, like a year or two ago, played Mass Effect 1 and I loved it. Oh my goodness. I loved it so much. And so I can't wait to play Mass Effect 2 eventually. But yeah, like I said, because the Legendary Edition came out. It came out a couple years ago, so that lines up. Yeah, so I really enjoyed Mass Effect and I was like, oh, so this is what BioWare is. Awesome. So I'm really into it. So I might actually check this out. But yeah, what do you guys think? Are you guys into like Western RPGs, BioWare stuff? I don't know. You're into BioWare stuff, right?
Yeah, I played the Mass Effect series. I've played one of the Dragon Age games. I think it was Dragon Age Inquisition.
Nice.
Didn't really hook me as much as the Mass Effect series did. And obviously this is part of that same series. I remember this game because when the first trailer came out for it, we kind of dogged on it. Because it did not look good.
Yeah, no.
Whoever was on their marketing team, I don't know. Maybe go back to the drawing board on that one. But if it's getting good reviews, I haven't seen gameplay of it yet. So I'll probably have to go home, do some research. I'm going to be a little wary on it.
Yeah.
And honestly, hot take, I really wish they didn't shutter Anthem. I really was a fan of that.
I was saying the same thing. Yeah, I really liked Anthem, the idea behind it.
I really liked the concept, the tech that they were doing for it, the movement system that we saw.
Yeah.
It just was a complete and utter mismanaged game. I really wish they would go back to that. I understand why they're going to Dragon Age because that's one of their bread and butter series and doesn't have a tainted reputation and they want to bounce back. So I hope in the future maybe they revisit the franchise because they still own the IP and everything like that. But yeah, BioWare, they've been in some hot water recently. So I hope this is good for the studio, for the developers, because they've been such a storied...
Yeah, they've been around a long time.
Exactly.
I think they originally started, I think, as Black Isle Studios, and they made some of the first computer RPGs ever, like in 1999 and 2000, 2001, that kind of thing. So they're a very, very storied company. Yeah. So I don't want to see them go away. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You want BioWare in the gaming industry, I think. So, maybe they are, Noah, to your point with the mismanagement, who they're owned by is EA.
Yep.
So
there it is.
Maybe some of the blame, maybe some of the blame can be placed there.
Most
I don't
definitely.
know. I'm not in the boardroom meeting, so I don't know what goes on. But I like to blame the suits rather than the artists. So
I do as well.
Fair.
I mean, EA recently has not really been that good.
No.
I mean, we look how they've managed the Battlefield franchise recently, completely backwards. We've seen how some of their pricing and decisions with the Apex Legends series and Titanfall has been done in the last few seasons. So, I mean, EA has lost a lot of good reputation.
Yeah. Their big moneymaker, though, is their sports games. And those, of course, have the predatory microtransactions, especially in it's not called FIFA anymore, but the soccer
football
game.
club.
Yeah,
FC,
whatever it is.
Yeah.
EA Sports FC. It's FIFA, man. So, yeah, I've heard terrible things about kind of loot boxing, that kind of thing.
Same with the Battlefront series. You
There
remember
go,
that
yeah.
controversy?
Oh, of course. Boy, oh, boy.
But I did like college football. College football 25 is really good.
So maybe they're coming back.
On the way out.
These are completely different teams, but
I know.
It's like EA Sports college football, Dragon Age the Veilguard. Yes.
Welcome to corporations, people.
Yeah, right. Diversifying.
Yeah. So I'll probably look at some gameplay first before I check this one out.
Yeah, I'm kind of unfamiliar with Dragon Age.
Yeah,
I played just a smidge of Origins on the PC.
Oh yeah.
And I really, to be honest with you, I was literally just figuring out, should I play this game on PC or console? And I determined I should play it on PC because it's an RPG through and through.
Yeah.
But it looked pretty cool from what I played. I'm talking 5 hours I played. So, not enough to get a good impression. Yeah. But I haven't really seen any gameplay either. I want to check it out just to see what it is. I'm really, like I said, unfamiliar. But it looks like a standard action RPG type gameplay. And that's, right up my alley. So check it out if you're into that. That's Dragon Age the Veilguard. Came out today, Thursday, October 31st, the spookiest day of the year, Halloween, on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. It's by BioWare, and it's a $70 video game. It's got an 84 on Metacritic. So check it out if you're into Dragon Age and if you're into RPGs and things like that. Well, that's all we have for the new releases.
There's a little more I want to talk about.
Okay, what's up? Oh, okay. All right.
That is...
We talked about this in the previous one, but okay.
We did.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, we
had
did.
it released?
It came out in one of the previous podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, I played it.
Oh, all right.
It's pretty fun. We're talking about Frostpunk 2.
Oh, I've seen a little bit about it.
Yeah, I played the first game. Really liked it. It's basically just Snowpiercer as a citizen game. They might not appreciate me saying that because they have their own original story with it, but the vibes are very similar. Frozen apocalypse. You have to use basically steampunk style technology to survive in the waste, and Frostpunk 2 kind of iterates on that. Now it's a little bit more wandering, so there's a little bit more exploration with it instead of just a permanent settled area. A lot of simplifications on some of the strategy decision making, I guess you could say, but then they've added new ones as well to kind of keep it fresh. So
what type of strategy game is it? Is it like a Civ style? Or is
it's like it's real time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's real time, and it's basically what's it called? City Skylines.
Okay,
imagine that.
It's an RTS. Got it.
Yeah, real time strategy game, and you have to make sure your people don't freeze to death or starve or murder each other or anyway.
I hate when that happens.
I know, very apocalyptic, and then they have little story moments that happen randomly that make you forced to make decisions. Because I guess in the game you're considered the mayor or something of the city, and they come to you and they're like, somebody just stole food. What do we do with them? And you're like, nah, cut off their hands or send them to the waste.
And you have
those
to
are the only two options.
Those are the only two options. They give you very dark and mature themes. So it's a really unique style of game just because not a lot of games have you make those type of decisions. Like City Skylines, you're not doing that. You're sewage is backed up. You got to add another waste plant. No, this one's
hey man, I get into some heavy stuff in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeet.
That's a family of 6. That's cool.
Not anymore.
So yeah, I recommend that one. It got good reviews when it came out. It's starting at $45.
Okay.
And I believe it's on sale right now for $40. And they have the original Frostpunk game, if you want to play that, on sale for like $5.
Oh, okay.
Highly recommend that one. Some people, I think just because it's on release, are saying that the first game is better than the second game.
Yeah.
I think they're a little different enough that you could probably appreciate both. But if you want to try out the first one before checking out the second one, it's only $5 on Steam right now. Highly recommend that one. Really, really good strategy game. Very punishing. I would recommend go into it blind. Like, don't try and look up guides on like the most efficient way to do stuff, because part of the game is like failing a couple times before you like really get going. And there is an end. It's like a campaign.
Oh wow.
But there are endless modes that you can play if you just want to build a big city and stuff like that. So yeah,
Sounds fun.
that came out September 20th.
September 20th, $45 video game, Frostpunk 2. Who, you know the developer on that?
That is 11 Point Studios.
11 Point Studios.
Or 11. I'm sorry, 11-bit.
11-bit. Okay, there you go. 11-bit Studios. Well,
Yep.
sounds pretty cool. If you're into RTSs and strategy games and like, you know, civilization type builders, that kind of thing, sounds like it'll be right up your alley. All right, gentlemen, that is all the new releases. Since we have been gone, call me Kelly Clarkson. Let's talk a little bit. There you go. Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about the Valorant team. What's going on?
I think I know quite a little bit about
Varsity.
this.
Yeah. What's going on with Varsity Valorant?
It's been going pretty well. I mean, as you guys have seen, our season has been going really well. I think we're 5-1 at the moment, so playoffs bound. So,
Ooh.
yeah. But can't complain.
Yeah,
Really
so this is going to be in the Open Plus division for Playfly, previously known as NACE Star League. And yeah, you guys are 5-1. Really good season so far, especially with all that's happened here in Augusta.
Yeah.
A lot of rescheduling here. Obviously, if you guys were unaware with Hurricane Helene, that's part of the reason why we have been on a little bit of a break on the podcast, but everybody's back. And yeah, y'all have been killing it. Why don't you talk about like maybe some of the changes or improvements that you've seen with the team from this semester compared to last semester?
Okay.
And like, what are y'all looking forward to in the rest of the season?
So last semester I was on JV Valorant. So like coming from JV to varsity, like the way that the team plays is like really different. On JV it was a little bit more like free form. We didn't really have like set plans and strategies or stuff. We just kind of like ran in there and like won or lost, you know, whichever one came first. But on varsity it is a lot more like structured. Like we have set plans, we have set executes, which honestly like I think is really good because it's like now I know kind of what to do with my utility and what to do like in certain situations. So it's just a lot more straightforward than the way that I was playing before. So I really like that. At the beginning, when we first started, we only had a month before Playfly started.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like rough getting in tune with the team, kind of knowing how everyone plays, because it was really different, especially
And it
with
was a new team.
Yeah, completely new team pretty much. So but we've grown into it where we know how each other play now. We've been playing a lot better now than we were at the beginning with our scrimmages and stuff like that. So it's looking up.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I believe you're second place right now in your group for the division. So that's going to be really helping our seeding when we go into playoffs, which should be starting in what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks. We should be getting streams of that on the Augusta University Esports Twitch channel once that is in full swing. But yeah, Augusta University Esports, they've been having a pretty good season so far, even though we've had a little bit of a hiccup. Our Rocket League varsity team is also playing in the Peach Belt Conference Championship in Florence, South Carolina, LAN event this weekend. So we'll be getting news from that to see how they place.
Good luck to them.
Yeah. But I'm really excited to see the Valorant. I think Valorant's already won a NACE title, didn't we? Last year?
I don't think we did. I don't
know.
remember.
No, we made it to the playoffs. But
we made it to the playoffs, but we didn't like make it past like the first.
I think we got knocked out. So hopefully we get a nice big playoff run this semester. That'd be really fun.
Get some hardware.
Yes, get some hardware for the grotto. Really happy with you guys. Y'all have been super fun to watch. JV team has also been very, very fun, and they've been successful as well. Their season started a little after yours, so they're 3-1 right now. But that's a brand new team as well. And, you know, these players, I mean, they're coming in with talent and strategy and game plans. And so it's really cool to see us succeeding already.
What's your favorite part of playing competitively?
Probably just like, I don't know, kind of the team setting of like everyone's kind of like focused and locked in on the round. And when everyone wins, it's like, nice, you know? So it's like that kind of energy that you feel in the room. when everyone's really focused and we win or we lose. It's just like all as a team. So it's just kind of like that camaraderie or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't really get that when you play online, even in like competitive
Ranked
stuff.
is just like, nah, it's just, you're on your own.
Oh, yeah.
It's just,
no man's land.
Yeah, exactly. So it just really feels different. I really like the feeling.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Valorant season. When did so playoffs start when? I'm sorry.
Around 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Gotcha. Okay. And we can keep a lookout hopefully on the Twitch channel. But if not, you guys are streaming on your personal channels, right? Where can we find you guys on there?
My Twitch channel is called Tactical, but the A is a 4.
Nice.
So T4.
Taforktical.
Yeah.
Taforktical. All right.
But I know my teammate Makimoto also streams on his Twitch channel, Makimoto. If I spelled that correctly,
Yep.
I'm not too sure.
I think you're right.
But yeah.
We'll put it up. We'll put it up there.
All right.
All right. Yeah. We'll check you guys out as your season continues, and hopefully we'll push you on into the postseason and even further, man.
Even
we'll
further
keep it on
beyond.
going. Yeah. Awesome. Well, you know, we had some news headlines. We're kind of running out of time, so we can just cover just a couple of them.
Yeah, just quick headlines.
There were some closures, some shutdowns that we wanted to talk about. Number one, sorry for dogging on your game so bad, but Firewalk Studios got shut down. And it sounds like they're going to get internal roles within SIE. So
okay, that's good.
So maybe a silver lining there. But yeah, Firewalk Studios, the developing studio that made Concord, unsurprisingly is shut down after developing a game for 8 years that only took 2 weeks for it to shut down.
But we'll watch your episode on Secret Level anthology series.
Yeah. Are they still doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
It's the last little shred that we get. You know?
I will be seated.
What if in that episode they're like, and stay tuned in the game? Oh no!
Yeah.
Man! Like, and make sure you do this in the game. Oh no! Yeah. So it sucks that studios shut down. I'm seeing a lot of rhetoric online being like, "Good, we didn't want you," that kind of thing. Yeah. Don't say that. Yeah, that's not very nice.
Not the studio's fault.
No,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Not. It's not. Yeah, and we like artists to keep making games, so don't wish anyone to lose their job ever. Yeah, so it sucks that Firewalk Studios is shutting down. I cannot believe that they spent 8 years making a game that only lasted for 2 weeks.
It actually is so crazy.
That's insane. That's an insane headline right there. Wow,
I can't even fathom. I can't even. Like,
Man,
if you're the executive, you're just looking at the red numbers. You're like, oh my, we messed up.
Non-existent return on investment. It's like insane.
Yeah,
nothing but sunk costs. Just throwing money in a fire.
Dude,
like,
it's the this is fine meme. Like, somebody was obviously sitting in a burning building saying this is fine the whole time. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't have an explanation. So, yep, Firewalk Studios and Concord are officially no more. The last we reported was they were going to shut down the game and take it offline for a while, and then they didn't really know what they were going to do. There it is. It's offline forever. Speaking of studios shutting down, Ubisoft Montpellier is shutting down as well, which is the studio within Ubisoft that made Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which is the new Prince of Persia game that came out. Was it last year or this year still?
I think it was this year. It was one of the first games we covered.
No, you're right. Yeah,
January.
It was January. Yeah, you're right. I really liked that game. I played it a little bit. It was pretty fun. Yeah, I love Metroidvanias, so I'm really into it. It was like a 2D side scroller. Action adventure game, really fun, really unique, cheaper than a full price game too.
Yep.
Very well made, I think. The development studio did a great job, I think. But still shut down. I think Montpellier made another game that was like a flop, and I can't remember which one it is. Did they make Redfall, Noah, or was that someone else?
No, that was Bethesda.
I think that was
Bethesda.
Right.
No,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
That was
Arcane.
That was Arcane Studios.
What am I
under
thinking
Bethesda.
Of? What am I thinking
publisher.
of? Oh no, did they make Avatar?
No, that was Massive Studios.
No.
Yeah.
No. The Ubisoft
that's
Avatar.
Yeah.
That was Massive? Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
Avatar.
Let's find out right now.
Yeah, let's find out right now. So they did.
Yeah, developed by Massive Entertainment.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Ubisoft.
Okay, I guess I was completely wrong. Yeah, the last big game they made was Rayman Legends, which is a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they haven't had a big hit in a while, I guess, until Prince of Persia sold pretty well from what I heard, but I guess not well enough for Ubisoft. So that studio is shutting down as well. Really sad to hear. Speaking of Ubisoft studios getting shut down, though, the Baldur's Gate 3 publishing chief had a little spicy quote in the news saying, if gamers need to get used to not owning games, developers must get used to not having jobs.
Let them know.
Yeah, well,
Talk to him.
now the reason he said this is because there was a quote, I think it was director of publishing at Ubisoft.
Yes.
Who said players need to get used to not owning their games because of the whole push for things like Game Pass and subscription services where you technically don't own your games, but there's been a big resistance against it. Even so, with like Steam, they're starting to make there's a mandate's going to go forward where they're going to make people say, excuse me,
like that they're just buying a license.
Yes,
for the
exactly.
game?
Yeah, they're gonna make the developer say this is just a license versus this is you're getting the full game, that kind of thing. That's a good push. I think people should know if they're getting the license or the game. Technically, you do always know that because you sign a end user license agreement when you play a game.
But people don't read it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're making it more apparent, making people more aware of it.
And that's just on Steam, though, by the way. So maybe a small step in the right direction. But hey, man, maybe Larian needs to calm down with these clap texts a little bit. Like, geez, they're getting a little spicy. But, maybe a little bit deserved. Saying something like you need to get used to not owning your games is not a good look.
It's crazy.
That's not a great thing to
Where's
say.
the PR team?
Yeah, I mean, come on
Let
now.
him go out and say that.
Yeah, for real. Who let him out of his cage?
It's the same thing that happened with like the Amazon videos guys where he was like, there's no acting in video games.
Yeah.
I'm like,
wait a second.
where's the media training? You can't just be saying that stuff.
Jeez. Well, so there you go. Ubisoft Montpellier shut down. Baldur's Gate 3 developers don't like Ubisoft. There you go. that's that. A lot of people don't like Ubisoft. Yeah, there you go.
Can you blame them?
Yeah, well, when you see things like this, I like to own my games.
I do.
Yeah.
Except Call of Duty. I'll probably
Not that one.
Yeah, not that one. I'll get the trial, man. It's fine. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much all I had for the news. Not a whole lot, but like I said, I kind of just wanted to have a real refresh this time because we literally missed like a month.
We did.
Yeah. So
it's been a while.
to end
powwow session.
Yeah. So how you guys doing after the storm? So if you're not familiar, we're in Augusta, Georgia. It's not a big secret, which is in
what
the south. It's in the southeastern United States. We had Hurricane Helene, was a Category 4 hurricane at landfall. By the time it went to Augusta, it was a tropical storm, but it still had a lot of wind damage and stuff like that. My house had a little bit of damage on it. How did you guys fare? You guys okay with the storm?
I don't live in Augusta.
You live on campus?
I live in Beacon, so it's like a little bit really close to campus, but it's technically off campus.
Okay, gotcha. So I went to Florida, which is weird. But my wife is in the military, and so she had a place out there that we went and stayed at. So nice. Got away from that. And then we tried to get back on the Gamer Guild, and then just scheduling stuff happened. And
it was a lot.
Yeah,
no power for a while.
No power.
No internet.
No internet. Yeah. Do you have internet yet still?
I do, but it's the last couple of days they've been shutting it off.
Yeah,
just
that happened to me yesterday.
I don't know why. They're probably fixing another wire or something, but it'll go off like an hour and then it'll come back on. I have to reboot everything, and so it's a little spotty, but I have it, and then. Power's been back on for the last 2 weeks now, thankfully. We didn't have too much damage at my house. Our fence was, kind of mangled, and all our trees in our backyard are gone now.
Yeah.
But we only had like 4 or 5, so we don't have that many trees. So we got out pretty lucky. No like roof damage or car damage or anything like that, thankfully. And everybody, made it out okay. So, but it set Augusta back a little bit, for sure.
It was also when we came back, it was like midterm week right away.
Yeah,
so it was
exactly.
Like,
it was
man.
rough.
Yeah, it's still kind of going on for me a little bit. We had that
we're
big
catching
thing.
up.
We have a big project on Monday, and then it's been a whole thing, man. And then I have like a test on Tuesday, and I'm gonna go in a spiral if I keep talking. All right, well, I think that's all we had at the Gamer Guild podcast this week. Thanks so much for joining us, Takt.
Of course, love to be here.
When is your next game?
Our next match is probably gonna be like the playoffs in like around 2 weeks. I don't have an exact date in mind. Honestly, I need to.
So we're basically moving into postseason right now.
I think so because
Gotcha.
I don't think they have the official dates yet because they're going to seed the teams
to
make the tournament bracket.
Cool.
And then they'll release the playoff dates.
Okay, so announcements forthcoming with that. We'll hit you up in the Discord about it, and all the normal channels that we always hit you up on. So, Faid Elias, aka Takt, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course.
Noah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
Later.
The Gamer Guild podcast is recorded at Augusta University's Pamplin TVC and Podcasting Lab. Our producer is Jackson Garner. The Pamplin TVC and Podcasting Lab supervisor is Jasmine Garcia. Music is by Ethan Balducci. The opinions stated are that of the individual and not Augusta University.